go to the Tools panel of Affinity Photo and select the Ellipse tool. With that selected, hold down the Shift and create a circle. Now I'm going to go with no fill, so click there and you can set the there just to nothing, and stroke I'm going with red, so click there and just set it to red, green, blue, etc. Now I wouldn't go with black or grey, not particularly useful, unless you want that, it's fine of course, but that's what I'm going to go with, red. And also you can set here, set it to 200. You can enter it in the edit field, 200. If you use the slider, it only goes up to 100. So cap, join and align, all set to the first option. And once you've done that, what you now need to do is, well, don't have to of course, you can always go to Effects, click there, and you can go down to 3D. And you can just give it a bit of 3D depth there. And also want maybe an outer shadow. I always quite like a shadow there. If you don't have to have a shadow, in fact, you don't have to have the shadow. So you just have that 3D effect. So close. Once you've done that, what I want to do is turn it into a raster image, because unfortunately these brushes, they need to be raster, pixel. So just go for layer and down to rasterize. And that's the case whether you use the shadow or not. So there. Now deselect that. So that one's deselected and rasterize. Now go to select and selection from layer. It's always a pity it's not in the layer menu, that one. It should be in both actually. So selection, so you've got this nice selection. The reason for that is now I can go to the brushes, which is in view menu, studio and brushes. You can see already I've created one earlier. And you can just go there, the right side menu, and there's a new brush from selection. So select that and you can see it's added. Now this one, the one above, had the shadow. This one doesn't have shadow. So just deselect that one and delete it. Now just go to the brushes. So over here, just go to the paintbrush tool and select it. Now you see the size is ridiculously large. I don't want that size, so I'm just going to reduce it down a bit, and you can apply it. And you can see that's the initial default brush, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with it, and I'm using an art pad and pen. But what you can do, you can modify it. So just double click on there, and you've got a load of settings here. Now I like the size jitter, and you can see now. Again, it just puts it up massively large. I want it to, by default, about there. I think that's a reasonable. And you can see as you apply it, you can see it just increase, decrease, depending on the pressure. You can set it to a number of things. You've got random, angle, etc. Stylus wheel, all those sort of things. Cyclic, I have no idea what some of these are. Never used them. So you got there, you got that. Now I'm going to just change the spacing as well, so you can get a nice flow like that, so it becomes like one continuous. Now you can't set it to near enough 0.2 or anything, so you can still see just about the fine lines between it. I'm not certain why they don't give it sort of allow you to push it down to less than 1%. It's okay, but I can still see obviously gaps there, so it's not perfect. Right, once you've done that, you can also, if you want to, you can add some hue jitter into that. So then you can see that it changes there. And again, let's just increase that size just for a bit. And you can just increase it, decrease it, and so on, to create all kinds of unique, colourful brushes like that. And of course, you can also introduce scatter into it. So you've got scatter as well, which of course defeats the purposes of that thing. And you can see the design there. And you can rapidly fill the whole design with your circles like that. And that's one of the brushes. Now obviously I created some early ones, so just quickly show you, this is another one again like that, or maybe this one, which was similar sort of thing. You can see the brush there, or this one was with a grey with a slight blur effect, because you can add effects to them as well, just as good. And also this one as well, and again you can see the sort of design. So there's literally thousands of designs just from a very basic circle design that you can create using the ellipse tool. Hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.